This your boy Daniel Lyons and Evans, and you are inside the den, and the next episode starts right now.
What a time, what a time, what a time for a black man to be alive. Living in the struggle while trying to keep our composure. Killing each other while trying to look for that exposure. We all just want to make it, we should do it as a team. Build each other up and they can't even say a thing. Me and all my brothers just stuck together like glue. It's us against the world and you know what we finna do. Woo! Pop a bottle, we in here for celebration. We just wanna be the leaders that's pushing the generation. Take a seat and find your zone for the topic of conversation. Find a way for a positive revelation. Now this really ain't the time to be thinking about yourself, cause we just a bunch of hustlers that's trying to give out some help. We turn the cubs into lions inside of the den. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just wanna win. Hey,
I'll make it do what it do, baby. As always, this is a unrehearsed, unscripted show. I have with me, as always, my co-host, Mini-Me, my yes man, and today as guest we have a good friend of mine, Mr. Jones.
That's my dog.
This is, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. This is Mr. Jones' second time on the show. It was so ironic when we was getting prepared for this week's show because the last time he was on the show was July 24th, 2021, and it was episode 14, season 1. This year, when I invited him back to the show, he agreed to do it, and we was originally supposed to do this episode this season, episode 14, but we had to move some dates around, so now it's episode 16. So it has been a great excitement to see my brother here after being here, not quite a full 12 months, but still considered being a year and everything. But we just want to get into a topic today that we haven't really been able to really discuss before, and I'm so excited about today. This is going to be an awesome show where we're going to be talking about masculinity. Now, the last time we was here, well, just give me a little bit of, what has changed since the last time you've been on the show.
Well, life all in general. Ended up getting a new job, better pay, of course, better schedule, which is the best thing because I got more time at home with wife and kids. Ended up getting COVID 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah. First time was really bad. Honestly, lost about 22, 23 pounds. I wish I would have kept most of that off. But ended up eating some of it back on. Man, I was blessed to have the woman that I have in my corner. Because there was times where I couldn't bathe myself. She was there for me. Couldn't wipe my ass. She did that. She talked. She, had a little bit to say, but somebody had to do it. So, other than that, man, my mind frame just changed. Really having COVID, it really opened my eyes up. Showed me really who's in your corner and who ain't. When you laying in the bed for a month, you can't really do anything, no energy. You really realize who's in your corner and who really ain't.
So what was one of the things that you learned, and which COVID was the worst? You said you had it 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the first one was the worst.
Yeah, the first was the worst. Second time, just felt like a head cold, real bad head cold. That's it. None of the medication I was purchasing was working, things like that. That third time, I didn't even feel it. You go to work, they do all the pre-screen questions, you answer yes, and you go get tested, and you find out that you're positive.
Okay.
Which just gave me a lot of time to get things done around the house.
So, the aftermath of the corona, first time, second time, third time, what's your thoughts on the vaccinations?
I'm not vaccinated. My children aren't vaccinated. Honestly, we all have our own opinions, but myself nor anyone in my household Some people may swear by it, you know, it saves you from this, saves you from that. God got the last say so. And that's who I put my trust in.
That's awesome. So how do you feel? Because the last time, and I have to talk about this, and I know you don't want to you might not want to relive no bad memories, or whatever. But the first time you had Corona, when we talked, man, you explained to me like the way you felt about just having people in your corner checking on you. What can you give me some insight on how you feel about just having people in your life, men that you talk to on a daily basis, to have them able to check on you? How do you feel about that?
Well, for the most part, I have you, of course, my dad, older cousin, that always call me, for whatever, just to shoot BS, whatever. And those are the ones who really knew that I had COVID. Now, as far as everybody else, those so-called associates that I thought I had, you get a phone call here and there, you'll see this person, see that person, hey, let's link up, we can do this, we can do that. I got no phone calls from anybody. And those were people that, me thinking, okay, they ain't seen me at this place or that place, whatever, normally bump into me, so they'll call and say, yo, it's good, we can link, whatever, but I didn't get any of those phone calls. Those people are no longer in my circle.
So you just cut them off from the
That's it. It ain't no 3 strikes for me. It only takes one time for me to see that you ain't for me.
I had did a video a couple days ago on the morning motivation where I was talking about, the ones that call and check on you are the ones that really care, because it don't matter what you got going on. If you can't be here for me when I need you the most, then why do we have each other's phone number? Why you don't want it? Because I don't need you in my business seeing what I got going on if you can't even be the one that actually call and check on me.
Well, I know it's very crossful.
I mean, it's just one of those things.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I know everyone has a million things going on, but me personally, I know if I see you same place almost the same time every Friday, and then I don't see you for 2 or 3 Fridays, I'm gonna hit you, yo, it's good, I ain't even seen you, you all right? Never got no phone calls, so needless to say, I ride dolo from state to state.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about men and whether or not they need to, show or verbalize, concern and affection as it relates to masculinity? How do you feel about that?
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, as long as you're secure with yourself. I got a homeboy, I hit him up every now and then just to check on him, make sure it's straight. He said yes, all right, bro, I love him, and that's it. I mean, it don't take much. If you know what somebody's going through, sometimes all it takes is a phone call to make them feel better.
Man,
you never know how deep in the trenches they really are.
That's crazy, man, because I say all the time, man, that one of the problems of being, a lion or being a leader is nobody ever stop to see the lion's okay. There's been plenty of times where it's just in the dumps, man, it's just a text or a phone call was all I needed to just change my perspective, because it lets you know that people are generally concerned about you. Because one thing about being in the business of servitude, you service people's cars, so you are in service. People love to support you when they know that they got something they can get from you.
Right. That's absolutely right.
But when you ain't got nothing for them, how many of those people actually call on your phone and say, I don't need anything, I just want to make sure that you're okay? And a lot of times, the reason why we're unfulfilled in our life is because we treat God the same way. The only time we pray, talk to God, when we asking for something. And a lot of times God just want to know that you love me without me giving you something. You just call and check on me without even, just thank me for some things that I've already done.
So it's kind of crazy that you say that, because I've always been a prayer. But since I've had COVID, I started praying more at night and in the morning. And I can't even begin to explain how my mental process has changed just all around. Like, I don't like I told you before, I don't stress, I don't worry about anything. I let everything come. I maybe something wrong with me, like I said, but I don't let things get to me, man.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you have learned how to change things to a different perspective. You have learned how to trust the process and relax in what you have faith in God for. If you worried about trying to handle your problem, what are you praying to God for?
Right.
And it's impossible to have faith and fear at the same time. My dad used to tell me when I was a kid coming up, and even when I got into trouble when I was an adult, got in a situation, he said, if you pray, don't worry, and if you worry, don't pray. Because if you're going to be praying about it, then worry don't have room. And if you're worried about it, then it's hard to have faith if you're worried about something. So you have to really just relax and just rest in the finished work of Jesus Christ. He's already done everything. He's already paved the way. So we don't have to be worried about how we're going to take care of things when He says, "Cast your cares upon me, for I care it for you." So being secure in your manhood and masculinity, how do you feel about that? What does that mean to you? Because me personally, when I say I'm secure in my manhood, I can tell another grown man I love him, because as a human being, we need each other. We all this thing together. If I can't show my sensitive side, if I can't show humanity to somebody who actually needs, almost like if you was, down and out under a bridge and you ask for a sandwich, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, bro, you okay? You good?" I mean, it's humane to be concerned naturally, but people put so much emphasis on, oh, if you tell somebody you love them, you must be a homosexual or whatever. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because I would want somebody to have that same energy towards me. And as long as I know I'm secure in my manhood, I don't care what nobody else thinks about it, because
I think a lot of that, all that, no homo stuff and all that comes from wave riding. What I mean by that is, if this group of people feel like there's something wrong with it, you won't say, "Oh, well, this club feels like there's something wrong with it," then maybe I don't need to say something like that. It could also be a sign of weakness, because why are you worrying about what the next man got to say or what the next man thinks? If you really have genuine love for this man, then what's wrong with telling him that?
yeah, and it just
Because at times you need somebody to say, "I love you, man."
yeah.
That's just the way I feel about it.
Trying to see if we can log into Facebook and keep up with it.
The live? I
Yeah.
got it on.
Okay. They get some comments or something. But so I'm sorry I'm just trying to make sure we good on everything. So do you feel that men should support each other in areas that people feel like, men should be able to suck it up?
Speaking for myself only, I don't really let too many things get to me because of my faith in God. So I haven't been in that situation to where, just suck it up. I put things in God's hands, and I let Him help me. He's going to show me the way. Now, if somebody else, like I said, they may actually need to hear, "Hey, I love you, man. Anything you need, you talk about it. I'm here for you, whatever." But I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah, I've had some times where, in a situation where I wasn't familiar with it, or I was uncomfortable with the situation, and just because I might have needed, somebody to kind of help encourage me or whatever, somebody say, "Oh, you need to suck it up." And I'm like, I got offended by that. Like, what does that mean, suck it up? I'm not allowed to get weak and have to ask somebody for help just because I'm a man, or because I am somebody's father or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Why should I not have to get any help when everybody else is able to get help? Like, why? Where is it like a cutoff where masculine, secure men are not able to get support from a brother, or not be able to express to another brother how they feel without it being looked at as being negative? It's the reason why these young kids are joining these gangs and stuff because they feel like they don't have a family.
They don't have a support system.
They don't have a support system. They have a family, and so they go into these gangs. We're gonna show them a little love and show them a little affection. And there's nothing that is looked at as being, you know, homosexual, but it's just an emotion. And because they get it from the wrong places, they get involved in a lot of things that they shouldn't be because they're not getting that kind of affection from home. If they don't have a father at home, they don't have another man in their life to say, hey, you are a king, you are a warrior, you know, and somebody encouraging. Like all the old heads from back in the day, they all dead. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X's, and those old men in the community, the old black men in the community, they used to be able to, you know, can read your whole life to you, you know, when they drinking a little beer or whatever, tell you your whole life and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Those men are gone, so we don't have any men that's secure enough in a manhood to be able to relay that emotion and love to the younger generation. And I think that is what's tearing these kids up, and they don't have nobody telling them they love them. And if they do love them, it's somebody trying to get something out of them, or trying to harm them, or trying to defraud or whatever. But just having somebody in your life that generally say, hey bro, I love you. I had one of my guys, Joseph Bernard. He's one of the guys who was on season 1 of the show. Real good friend of mine. We was talking the other day. He actually was on my live video in the morning, and we was talking. I just said, hey bro, I love you, man. And he thought that was, you know, just rare for two grown men to be able to say they love each other without any other motives behind it, or without any. It's just one of those things. We were built, you know what I'm saying, to have love for each other.
It's also your upbringing, though, I think.
Exactly.
Because,
yeah.
I mean, I have older cousins, older uncles. I mean, I've heard it all my life. So, you know, with my man Jordan, I really didn't want to say his name, but with everything he has going on, you know, I understand that sometimes that's what he has to hear. You know, it may be a time that I need to hear that, but I know, you know, that same love is going to be reciprocated.
Yeah, and also goes along with, you know, if you all are on this, you know, watching right now. I got a couple people on right now. If you watching it live, being in tune with your people is more important than a lot of things that you know, because for this man to have been going through what he went through, I didn't know that you were sick, but I noticed that I haven't heard from you. Right. So let me call my man and check on him, and he said, man, I'm glad you called. I've been sick with coronavirus, man, it means so much to me. And then I started making it my business to start checking on my people because they dropping like flies. Yeah. And you don't know if you're on your deathbed fighting for your life, and just hearing a certain person say, keep pulling, might be what you need to live. You know what I mean? So dealing with certain people, man, if I can feel or sense something is off, they ain't got to open their mouth and tell me all they business. Just say, hey bro, I know you kind of off a little bit. I'm kind of feeling the vibe. Are you okay? And they might say yes, but it's just a response that they give just to people
Trying to be masculine.
Exactly.
But you
have a seat, man. What's going on? How can I help you? And sometimes I don't have to do anything. You got to do anything but just listen to them, and they'll start talking their own solution out. Just having somebody that's not going to judge them, that's not going to belittle them, or not going to, you know, criticize them for being emotional. A lot of times, that's all we need, just to say, you know what? Thank you for listening to me, brother. I appreciate you. And it's just that simple as knowing your people. You just gotta know when they're off their game or not. You know, if you play basketball, you know I'm shooting my shots and they all going center mass, and I come into a practice and all my shots going to the right. You ain't gotta ask me if something is wrong. You can see my game and say, hey bro, your game is off. If the game is off, that means something in mental is off, because when that ball leaves your hand, it's all mental until it leaves your hand. So you just gotta know your people, be in tune with them, and know that, you know, when they need help and when they don't need help. And you'll be surprised at how many people contemplating suicide that change their mind just because one phone call. And it might be the person that you least suspect to call your phone. Or it might be on a day that you least suspect. and people ask God for things all the time. Lord, send me a sign. Or Lord, are you still with me? And God has sent somebody to remind you that he'll send some random person to say, show you a random act of kindness. And you be like, man, I thank you for sending this person because I was down. Man, I've been in a situation where I've been in the dumps, bro. And somebody just came through this unexpected and blessed me. I said, thank you, Lord, because I needed to hear that, or I needed that in order to keep going, because that's all I needed to make it another day, man. It's just me that.
Y'all ran into a train last night, and we was walked right into a train. They said he been contemplating suicide. He walked right in front of the train, bro.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He gone,
But you, I was thinking, hey, look, man, people done stuff. I seen somebody try to commit suicide and try to blow their brains out and survive.
Yeah, that ain't nothing about it.
And I'm like, so you thinking that going to the head is automatic, I'm finna kill myself? See, this is what people don't understand about suicide is you are a spirit inside of a body. Your spirit has a soul. So when you're in this body that you're in right now, you can feel all the effects of this atmosphere because you're in this suitcase. So people feel like if I commit suicide, I can end all the problems. Only to find out that once they pull the trigger, their body falls to the ground, but they're still standing there. Their spirit is still standing there, and they're looking around the room like, why am I still here? Yeah, your body just died, but your spirit is still living, and so they think that that's an easy way out. But those people who do that, they don't have the revelation that you can't come back from that.
Yeah.
You can't ask God to forgive me for me about to kill myself, and then, after you kill yourself, you can't.
So
There's no forgiveness because you already pulled the trigger. So understand that trying to do this and survive, let's say you try to push in the junk and the gun jam, or you try to take some pills and you end up throwing them back up, or you try to hang yourself and the rope breaks. I was watching Rosewood and see when they tried to hang Bing Rames, and Bing Rames on that thing about to die. He done pulled himself back up on the rope and then cut the rope, and he running down the street with the rope around his neck because he wasn't ready to die.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you get to these situations where you say, I just need somebody to just call my number so I can feel like, so I know that God is still with me, and you'd be surprised at how many people just say, man, you pray to God for something to happen, and God sends an angel to you to check on you, and you say, I was just about to do it, but this person came into my life, or this person spoke something, or I watched a video, and the video put it back in order, or, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So it's very important that we have those people that we can call and talk to, but at the same time, when you have to reevaluate your life, and you have people who are only out for themselves, they don't even call and check on you, you need, well, maybe they don't know, but maybe they should know. I didn't know you were sick, but if I'm your friend, then I should at least have enough to just at least check on you.
Now, when I was sick, I didn't have it in me to make those phone calls or anything like that.
Well, if you sick, then you don't make phone calls. They're supposed to make the phone calls to you.
That's true, but they'll never know that you're sick. And I understand that. But now when you called me, I was literally starting to feel better. And this is after 3 weeks laying on the back. So I was able to actually have those conversations. But I still didn't hear from people that I thought I would have heard.
But then there's a flip side to that coin. You have people that will call you every time they have a problem and expect you to solve it. And they want to use that as a way to say, well, you told me if I needed you to come, God, you call me about this. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can't be the little boy who cried wolf.
That's the thing too. People have become professionals at wasting other folks' time, and they'll call you with what they think is an emergency, might not really be an emergency, and you thinking that it's something. It's like, come on, you really call? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on now. Then it's like, hey man up, bro. Grow your set. You know what I'm saying? You call me because you can't make a decision on what to do. This is something that you just really got to get hold of it, because when you really need me, if you abuse me
He done burnt that bridge. Huh?
When you really need them, like, hey man, hey, see, I was there when I thought you needed. Now you playing games. Don't play with people because people's time is valuable, and you just don't waste people's time. So, but I think that was that was a good topic. But here's another one. Should men be able to cry and show that emotion without being looked at as being weak?
Yes, you gotta let it out. If you don't let it out, you're just gonna end up making emotional decisions.
Yeah.
And we all regret the emotional decisions that we made.
So how much is too much? How
Too
is
much,
crying
you
is
just
too much?
crying because you're stressed out and something ain't right. you
I cooked my bacon too hot.
You crying because your manager shorted you some hours, or you ain't getting the customers that you thought you were gonna get.
Or you overcooked your food.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think
It's like, golly, man.
Put my bricks, coach.
like, but you have to be able to let it out, man, because all of that tough stuff, it's out.
It's overrated.
Very human.
Yeah.
Very human.
And I think as the older I get in my life, you know what I'm saying? When I turn a year older, I always reflect on my life. And I think that, the older I get, the more emotional I am because I'm more grateful for the years that God has blessed me with. And I can honestly say that I haven't had any serious illnesses in my life. I didn't have the coronavirus nail time, and I don't wear a mask, and I'm not vaccinated. Those type of things make me emotional. And when I think about, when I was younger, it was trying to appear to be so tough, man. I was holding a lot of stuff in, man. The moment I had a chance to really cry and just let some things out, man, God was able to show me that, you're able to progress to the next level because now you're able to heal from some things that you've been holding back or just crying out to just release some of that tension because crying can be considered cleansing. But it's the thing about black men don't cry. So our children don't even know how we feel about certain things because daddy never showed emotion. I don't know how daddy feel about George Floyd because he never showed any emotion. I don't know how daddy feel about, Mike Brown or Trayvon Martin because daddy never showed any emotion. I don't know how daddy feel about certain things in marriage because daddy never showed any emotion. I've only seen my daddy cry maybe 3 times, and the last time he cried was, it might have been last year for Father's Day. Me and my brothers thought that it would be a good idea because, when your parents get to a certain age, you say, okay, they might not be here too much longer. So let's do something that he ain't gonna forget. So my dad used to write music coming up, gospel music. He was a minister, and I was part of a gospel singing group coming up. And so he wrote a lot of songs over the years. We would have been on the radio, we would have been on the news, we would have been on TV. And so my dad has always been trying to make it into the music business. He's even actually wrote a couple of love songs that he wanted to put out to the world. And we say, let's do a tribute to my dad so that he'll know that his work wasn't in vain. So my brother wrote a song and he wanted me to build a song. I was going to do a spoken word on the song talking about roses and giving people roses while they're living, right? And so I was writing a poem for the song and ended up, when he sent me the song, he's singing on it, but he's singing in auto-tune. I used to sing, I was going to use my real voice, but auto-tune don't sound good with real vocals. And I'm not interested in being on auto-tune, so I say I'm going to turn the poem into a rap, right? So I rapped my part, I wrote my part of the song, and then he did another song too. I say, when you present this song, put him on video so I can see his reaction to the song, so we can, see, it's like one of those things, man. My daddy couldn't even get through the whole song without crying. And
sometimes it's the little things.
I'm telling you, man. And when my brother played that song, my dad, he started crying. he had made like this little collage of all these pictures from back in the day and now, man. I think that might have been the best gift that we ever had my dad in his life, because he was like, he couldn't even get through the song. And it was like, it came from the heart, it was genuine, and it was one of those things that it only we know certain things, and it was like, man, it was like waterfalls. It was awesome, and I really felt that. So being able to see my dad emotional lets me know that, you know, he really appreciated it, because shoot, man, 3 times and I'm 41 years old, and I've only seen him cry like 3 times.
Right.
So when you look at things like that, you think this man dude ain't got no emotion, man.
No emotion.
When he booked me, man, beat my tail, I'm like, this dude gotta love doing this because he ain't emotional about it. And he would just beat me, boom, 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 and then no emotion, no face expression, boom. I'm like, this dude is cold-blooded. So me watching it all my life, how do you think I feel about certain things? I feel the same way, like not letting my kids, you know what I'm saying, see me cry. Man, I think the last time I cried, I literally heard the voice of God tell me that this is your last time. Like, I didn't build you to be crying. You are the strength of your family. You are the, you know, I don't need you to be around here crying. So get the tears out now. I'm gonna let you cry, but after this, no more. I've tried to cry since then, and the water won't come out. The emotions are there, the eyes start water, but won't come out. I'm like, man, so I get it. Everybody's not built for, you know, for the emotions. And I don't know if that's just something that, you know, I picked up from my dad, but I believe that because too much is given, much is required. That the more God gives you responsibility and more He gives you, you know, you just have to take that, and you just have to understand that God is your strength. He is your refuge when you feel, you know. But He do send people in your life to actually help pick up the pieces whenever the chips might be down, so you can actually get to a healthy place of being able to say to another man, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Brothers from another mother and all that kind of stuff. When I was in the military, man, you bummed with those guys, because those guys got your back. Like, right. They would die for you, you know, in that. And when somebody proving that they'll die for you, that's a whole level of respect, man, and love that you can't get that from your own family. Mm-hmm. You know, because your family is supposed to have unconditional love, but some of this love come with conditions.
That's true.
Think about it.
That's true.
Think about the people in your life that say they love you unconditionally, but when they come down to a situation, it was conditional. You're like, I thought you said, yeah, but I can't do that.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
Yeah, we done forever. Yeah, like, I thought it was, nah, man, you know. So it's like having that unconditional love from God, and then having that person you say, man, this dude here is a real dude. I'm gonna stay connected to this guy. I don't care what it is. We might not agree on everything, but you know, if it comes down to real life, you know, you can count on me. I think we need more of those kind of brothers, man.
I agree.
Like, how many friends do you have in your life? Like, really, like real friends? How many do you have? Don't worry, I'll wait.
2.
2 friends.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
32.
And see, I was sad. When I turned 38, I was sad.
And may I add, one of those friends is my fiance.
Really?
Yeah. So does she count?
No.
To me, she counts.
Well, I'm talking about men friends.
1.
And see, I was sad when I turned 38 years old, because I wanted to have a party. I want to have a birthday party. I want to have people to celebrate me for birthday, right? Going through my phone, I'm like,
and that's what I'm saying,
I don't
because
have no friends. I have people that I associate myself with, but they're not all friends. I have a solid 5 solid ride or die friends that I know that when we mad at each other, we still consider each other friends.
Yes.
Then I have people who think they're my friend, but if we fall out, I won't hear from them, so they're not my real friend. My little brother is one of them. Junior, my military buddy, he's another one. The guy I was telling you about that calls me and encourages me spiritually, me and him don't even talk, but he is a true friend.
So with me, and sorry not to cut you off,
No, you're good.
once I changed my lifestyle, my way of living, all of that friend stuff, it was out the window because now I have nothing else to offer these people.
And that's the thing.
They have nothing else to offer me. We have nothing else to communicate about because y'all not trying to get to where I'm trying to go. And I believe my man behind the boards said earlier, everybody can't breathe up top.
Oh man, that's real.
And that's where I'm trying to go because those two little girls I got at home, they mean the world to me. So, and I'm not going to let you stop what I got in plan for them.
And so you really have to be comfortable with who you are because, like I say, you don't have really a whole lot of friends.
I don't care about that. I can talk to my old lady about anything.
Yeah. And that's awesome that you have that type of relationship.
I mean, after 16 years, what don't you know?
Yeah.
That's just the way I choose to live my life, and I'm comfortable.
I think that it's important for your children to grow up having friends and be able to be sociable. But I also feel as a man, it's a healthy thing to have friends that you can talk to when you having issues or struggles, because everybody is not going to be able to go and have that same type of conversation that you can have with.
And I agree. Now, when you ask me how many friends did I have, I said two. Okay, my fiance doesn't count, so that leaves one. My man Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not considering you as a friend. You're more than that to me.
Well, but I mean, if you had to, you know, if you was in another state or another country, and I was there, and I was like, this is my only friend. So when I think about people who you assign to in your life, let's say your friends and family, this is how I look at it. And I got this revelation about 3 weeks ago. The people, your people, these are considered your people. If you was dropped in the middle of a 1,000,000-man or a 1,000,000-person catastrophe, and they just dropped them in the middle and they just had y'all scattered out, what would be your people's first responsibility?
I hope they come make sure I'm alright or try to find me.
Yeah.
They are going to be actively doing what? Looking for you.
You're gonna be searching for that needle when it
Looking
happens.
for you. Like if I was in a place and I like didn't know nobody there, and I say
Well,
I
that could
had,
also be because they know we all got thrown in there together. So, like you said, what if it's just for that reason? Okay, we got thrown in there together, so let me find him. I know I'm gonna be alright. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, and not everybody. Somebody. Yeah, it's always two sides. Somebody may come in that door, but somebody else may be trying to leave out the other.
Mm-hmm. That's real. That's real talk. But I look at it like
That's why I ride the way I ride.
Yeah.
I ain't
Well,
gonna worry about that.
you have to have
Hold me down.
you have to have a healthy, conscious awareness of who you have in your life and who you can't call a friend, because you can't wear that title too easily,
So that's why my answer was what it was.
and that's respectable. But I can say I have about 5 that I actually can say that rain or shine, sleet or snow, you know what I'm saying?
Call me back in 5 minutes.
And now, granted, you know, you're older than me, so who? 5 or 10 more people may come into my life as I get older.
And
And
that's
that
10
answer
years
may
or whatever.
change. But
Yeah.
within the past 10 years, the way I've changed my life, the people that I felt like were friends, they weren't really friends. We were all just in the same situation.
Yep.
And once you start to level up, things change.
Hey, tell them about that butterfly story, man. That when the butterfly is in the cocoon, did you know? I'll tell you. Did you know?
Come have a seat for a minute
I-
so you can be on the camera.
I'm going
so
to
you can
that.
tell your story.
So this is Soulful Designs up here.
So for design is on here
Let me talk
for
to this camera. So when the butterfly, when the caterpillar is in the cocoon, it could be 2 caterpillars in the cocoon at the same time, and then one can come out as a butterfly, but one can come out as a moth. Did you know that? Just because we struggled together,
Right.
don't necessarily mean we gonna come out as the same thing. I might come out with colors. and you might come out dead. Like, oh man, we ain't the same. We're not the same.
It's one of those things.
You
Like,
get to a certain level, and when you get to that level, it's like certain people like, yeah, man, just go ahead and back down about 300, 400 feet, bro. You can't breathe up here.
And I mean, we all have struggled, and we all, you know, most of us have children, so we all like, oh, I want to change my life because I got kids, I got this, I got that. But it's something that my grandmother installed in me before she passed, and I take that to the heart.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure that I'm doing what she told me to do.
You gotta play that part, that role.
So if I gotta weed people out, and if I don't see you really helping me the way that I would help you, then
I don't have a use for people that's in my life just to take from me. Like, it's supposed to be equal. Like, I got family members that, if you count my favorites, like, I got family members that I don't talk to because they done sat right there and told me, oh man, you remember the time, and you remember the time, and listen, I got a cousin right now. He's with me right now. He's sitting outside in the car, bro.
Decline.
I got a cousin for you. Look, I got a cousin right now, right?
My last fit.
Like, I tell you, this dude is a ride or die, bro. I'm telling you, I can ask this joker for anything, right? And I'm, hey man, look, let me hold $10, bro. Alright, boom. Cool. I got other people that I've known that have been like, hey man, let me hold this. Oh, what you need it for?
what
What that got to do with you?
Then they turn it to Michael Jackson. Do you remember
the time when I gave you this?
Hey man, you gotta keep tabs on what I did in the past, man.
You ain't doing for real.
Yeah.
You ain't doing for real if you keep the tabs and you ready to
Then they turn Michael Jackson start doing a moonwalk on.
Yeah.
Roll up out of here. Get on up out of here.
Listen, man. I seen a story on Facebook, and I'm gonna get off camera. Right? I seen a story on Facebook, man. The guy said, he said, man, I keep calling this guy, man. I'm trying to get my $20 from this guy. He said, what for? What you keep calling him for? He said, you gave him $20. He won't call you back. That was the cheapest friendship you could. That was the cheapest way to get rid of somebody. I give you $20 and you want, and they don't cost me $20 to get rid of you.
That's
Man, listen.
Shoot.
I'll let you. For real.
I mean, seriously.
That's crazy.
All right, that's my time up here, man. Let me get back behind the camera.
All right. So look, we almost short on time. All right. So we've been doing this thing. We got people chiming into the show right now, asking questions. We got Twitch. We got Facebook Live inside the den. We got more people getting on. So we have some questions that fans have been asking, and they're for you to answer. And so you can answer them however you want to answer them. But we're going to ask 3 questions, and then we're going to get ready to, I know you got some other plans, and I thank you for sacrificing your time to come and sit and talk with us, man. We appreciate you, man.
I always enjoy these, man. Every time I come in, I'm like, oh, I'm nervous until you get me going.
So everything has got to be what? Intentional, right?
Everything has to be intentional.
So this is the first question. Let me see. Do you have any fears or concerns about the war? If so, what are they?
None whatsoever, because there's nothing I can do about it.
Hey man, people been complaining about this gas. Guess what?
It's
I understand that it is rough, but there was a time where we didn't even have a car. There was a time we couldn't even afford the car, but now we got the car. We complain about the gas. But if the gas was $10 a gallon,
But see,
would you drive it or would you stay at home?
Let's double back. Same people that's complaining about filling the gas tank up, they going about it in sack.
Hey man, hey you will make.
Not judging nobody for what they do,
You will
but
make the
you gotta get
sacrifices.
to work. Either you want to make the money or you want to spend the money. Either way, you spend it.
So hey, I just have it is what it is with me. I spend my time in the military to protect the country. Now I'm not in it, so hey, whatever they do, that's on them. But when it starts affecting me, like to where I can't deal with it,
Then my answer may change.
when they start saying martial law, giving everybody guns, and talking about going to the draft again and all that kind of stuff. Now I got some concerns. You want to draft somebody? I got some concerns now. What is your safe place? Somebody else asked this question. They're watching now. What is your safe place? Because we talked about, certain things and
This is a question for me.
this is for you, brother.
I put my earbuds in and I listen to music.
So music is your safe place.
Music
They
therapy.
say music has the power
So
to calm the sound of
it is.
peace.
I would call it my safe place because I don't want to give the audience just a blank answer. I really, honestly, I don't know what my safe. It may be something that I'm not even realizing.
So what is that place where you feel at peace no matter what's going on outside the world? Or let's say your house is
It's
having
gonna
a
sound-
tornado
it's-
inside your house.
It's gonna sound crazy. I go in the garage or my 4-year-old will get on her 4-wheeler and I'll walk up and down the neighborhood with her.
That's a safe place, bro.
Hey man, that's
And I feel good because she has the most fun and I'm bored to death. And I feel good about it. So I guess
But you can
that,
have fun watching them have fun.
yeah.
So last question, and I'm not going to reveal these people's identity because, like I said, I don't want nobody to be harassing their page or doing anything. So I'm not going to give a name, but I will give the question. As a man, what life token do you feel are necessary to leave your children?
Trust in God, trust in the process. I'm sure my hustle is gonna stick with her because I'm a bad man. And I have 2 girls, 14 and 4, so I'm hard on them, especially that oldest one. But man, God, you put God first, everything else gonna fall in place. He gonna let you know what is and what ain't.
That's an awesome answer, brother. And this right here is what I really wanted to showcase for the ones who've been watching the show from season 1 to now. A year since we've been on the couch talking. It's a different environment, different same brother, different experiences. But to see the growth in just 10, 11, 12 months ago. You know what I'm saying? I had people on the show, even my man here, we was on the show a month ago, and we just done a new show, and just the growth in just those 4 to 6 weeks have been it's mind-boggling to see. I was watching the show from last night on my big screen at the house. 'Cause I was getting ready for
That's huh?
like 200,
okay.
200 inches. I was in the I was watching the game and I was like in the huddle with the guys. I was like, hey man, throw him the ball, he gonna catch it and everything. But anyway, as I was watching this show, I'm just like, man, we had a real good conversation last time, and you was like, how can you get better? Sometimes you can't. How can you top yourself? You know what I'm saying? How can you get better? And so I was just sitting back trying to watch. I'm like, man, how can I make this show better than last time, man? And just the conversation from now, man, is just a whole different ball game. And it's like now I like the first one, I like the second one too. So when we get this one all done and everything, this is gonna be one of my top favorite shows.
But now that we're getting closer to the summer, and
Well, I wanted to say this last thing before you make your statement.
I'm sorry.
We're talking about friends and talking about people who you hold accountable in your life and things like that. I'm actually putting together a road trip this summer. You invited. We're going to Miami Beach for about 7 days.
About a week.
This is going to be a Lions Proud road show. We're going to be driving. We're going to take a road trip. And we're going to get in a big Airbnb. It's going to be a lot of entrepreneurs on this trip. So yourself, me, I got my camera guy going to be here. We're going to show America the real story behind how black men are we together. Because they have a stereotype that we can't get together without having, So we're going to
be in too much testosterone.
Exactly. So we're going to rent two 15-passenger vans. We're going to take a trip over there. We're going to have two photographers in the vans, and then we're gonna show everything. And we just want to be able to just kind of vibe as black men, but as entrepreneurs. And this is what it looks like when we're not in our profession. How we chill, how we deprogram, how we hang out with other people. That some people you're gonna know, some people you're not gonna know. But they're all from 18 up to 50. I think my uncle is like, I don't know, 50. Uncle Charles, how old are you? I don't know how old you are, Uncle, but I got my uncle gonna be coming, and he was asking, well, and I gotta use his voice. And when I talk about people, I gotta imitate their voice. Oh, nephew, am I gonna be the oldest one on the trip? Because I don't want to be with a bunch of young heads. I said, we need their wisdom. So I want you to invite one of your old head buddies, one of your buddies, to come with us, because I don't want to be the oldest person all the time. Like, my wisdom only goes up to 41 years old.
Yeah.
I need some of that 50, 60-year-old wisdom that you done been in. And my uncle has been two different dudes I've known him. When I was coming up, he was that comedian uncle that always had something smart. I mean, get a lot of my comedy from this side of the family, my dad's side too. But so he's gonna be part of the trip, and you invited, man. If you can get away, it's gonna be in July. So I'm inviting you on the show openly to go on the trip to be part of season 3. This trip is gonna be some footage we're gonna use on season 3, and then we're gonna have you back on the show in season 3 for your 3rd round, and we just want to see the progression and everything in your life and everything, and you be able to see, firsthand, and having these stories and these testimonies is what makes people say, man, I can do this too. I can keep going because my man was this and that. So this is why we do this for everybody else to kind of like, to get some encouragement from. So, but I want to say that, and right before we get ready to close, so last thing then before I get my final thoughts. So, today's show is sponsored by T-Dot Logistics. T-Dot Logistics. This is a company that my brother Tim Evans owns in Mississippi. I've always worn his shirts and advertised his company and endorsed him. So right now, what we're doing in the show is we're asking people, if you are a local business owner and you want an endorsement from the Inside the Den crew, send me a shirt. I'll wear the shirt on the show, and we can get you some public endorsements, and you'll be able to get some more feedback from your company. So I'm offering you all, inbox me, text me, let me know what you got, and we'll actually, I'll wear your shirt on the show, and your products will be featured in the credits of the show. As it's going off, you'll have your name and your product featured, so we can help people that's local here get some more visibility and some more publicity for their brand. So I got some final thoughts, brother. If you want to stay around for them, you can. It is 4:55. If you got to get on, you can.
I got 5 minutes.
All right. So these are my final thoughts. These are my final thoughts. Give me my close up. It's time for my close up.
Let's do it.
So last week I was in my final thoughts. I was talking here, but I was over here because we have so many cameras. We make sure we're on the right camera. So this is my final thoughts. As men, we have been programmed to not be sensitive because the world tells us that being sensitive means being weak. Understand there is a difference from being meek and being weak. Meekness is called controlled strength, meaning that you have the power to devour something, but humbling yourself to what's right and what's wrong, and humbling yourself before the mighty hand of God. So as a man, there's nothing wrong with showing a sensitive side. That's your humane side. God put that in you for a reason, so that when it comes down to making a decision between life and death, you would choose mercy over murder. You would choose mercy over trying to devour somebody. That's what God put in you as a man, to actually be able to decide how to handle certain situations. Real men cry. Holding this stuff in your chest, walking around kicking a cat, kicking a dog, slamming the dishes, slamming the doors, tearing up stuff, that's only going to hurt you because you paying for stuff you tearing up. So sometimes it takes you to take a step back and release some tears. And it actually helps as a little bit of a cleansing. But we also have the other side of that tear of joy. If you don't know how to be happy and rejoice in your happiness, then you might need to get some things checked out because you're not able to connect with your emotional side. They did a study and they said that this psychologist came in and he was talking to some people that committed crime and things like that. And they
I see myself on the phone. That's why I do it.
They did a yawn test. They said that yawning, when you yawn, and it causes somebody else to yawn, that's a sign of your humane side. People who don't, who's not accepted to yawning, they have a mental disconnection inside their brain. So it's very necessary to connect with people on an emotional level, because you might be helping solve some problems that people have. Real men admit that they need help. A couple weeks ago we talked about who do men go to when they need to vent, and we all had a couple different answers, but there's nothing wrong with saying I need help. God put a lot of responsibility in the hand of a man. Be fruitful and multiply, and all these things that we have to do in this world, we have a lot of weight on our shoulders. So we have to understand that it is nothing wrong with needing help, and saying I need help, and that I have somebody that I a brother that you love, that you trust, and things like that. So understand, as a man, the masculinity and femininity, or whatever it is, don't let nobody tell you that it's something wrong with being emotional. Don't let people tell you that you can't cry, that you need help is a sign of weakness. That's just showing that you need somebody to help direct and guide you. I think that's something that's wrong with the kids in society today, is we get so caught up on what the world says that we don't actually have a chance to really see, what the world needs, and we need for real men to step up to the plate. Last thing, we are better together. You are your brother's keeper. Understand that the Bible talks about if one can chase 1,000, two can put 10,000 to flight. And the Bible is talking about demons and things like that. If you can chase 1,000 demons by yourself, every time you link with another brother in arms, you actually add more demons to that list that you actually able to drive out. So we are better together. You are your brother's keeper. Anything that happens that you can help make a different change in your life, then be willing to accept the call of your brother. Be willing to be responsible for that brother, saying that you can call me if you need me. And so this is our mission in life. As we turn cubs into lions inside the den, if you join the brotherhood, if you're trying to win, coming on, being part of the team, coming on the show, whatever you got to do, we're trying to create a platform to help other brothers be able to sit down and talk and be able to get some things out. So that's really what I wanted to get out today. So once again, if you all are watching the show, or if you've been watching the show for some time, we are doing things to try to help, bring some awareness. So if you got a business you want us to endorse, then like I say, send me a shirt along with what you do, and we'll actually get your shirt on the show, and we'll be able to get some endorsement for you. Also, questions, if you got questions for the show, you can send those questions in, and your question may be featured on the show, and let us know if you want us to add your handles and your usernames and all that, so we can get you on the show. So, hey, that's my show for the day. It has been it's been very interesting. I love talking to this guy, and we're just going. He just joined. I can actually see what's going on now. He had to join in on the watching. So listen, hey, join me every week, Saturday, 4 o'clock, same time. We're going to be switching some things around season 3. We're getting ready to transition to that next level, go to the next level. And we thank you all for joining us, man. If y'all got any questions or anything y'all want to do, y'all can chime in. I'm sorry I couldn't respond to everybody on the show, because I'm actually, trying to do things at the same time. So, but yeah, look, y'all have a blessed weekend. We love you all. Be peace, blessings to you all. I will be throwing some videos during the week to motivate you all. Until next time, have a blessed day, peace, and we'll see you next time inside the den. This your boy Daniel Lyons Evans. Hey, I hope you all enjoyed the show. I want you all to like and subscribe, but also hit that bell notification for you can actually know when the next episode is being uploaded. Once again, this your boy Daniel Lyons Evans. We'll see you next time inside the den. Peace.
Hey, stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Yeah. I'm a lion, ain't nothing but anything. We on fire, and my brothers, they on fire too. And we'll fight for each other, that's what lions do. Progression of the the team is the purpose of our devotion. You can see that we've been working and really having some motion. None of it was given, you know that we had to hustle. And that's just how it is when you coming about the struggle. They say it takes a village when you raising a child. And they all turn into your family after a while. We gotta feed into each other, show love to one another. Not a race, but I know we can all finish the mile. When we step up in the den, you letting go of your past. You the only person that can really hold yourself back. The pride and strength of a lion is truly a match. Everybody has it when you a part of the pack. Now this ain't the type of place that'll judge you for who you are. We just get you on your way to becoming a superstar. I told you once before and I can tell you again. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just trying to win. What's up?
Brothers need to stick together. As a team we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel. Just tell me if it's real. Brothers need to stick together. As a team we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel.
Tell me how you feel.
Just tell me if it's real.
Tell me how you feel. Inside of the den, one minute.
May I introduce myself?